Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your first half of August reading. I am bringing you a general reading for the collective of Sagittarius Sun and Rising. It may not resonate with everyone. My first recommendation is if about 75% of it speaks to you, keep what resonates and leave the rest. If not, then you may want to check out the reading that aligns with your rising sign if you happen to be here as a Sag Sun, or be a cross watcher and watch these Sun or Rising readings for your divine counterpart. Sometimes messages come through directly for the cross watcher, just FYI. Okay, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider joining us by subscribing. Help us grow this channel. And for those who are returning Sag, hey, thanks for sticking with me even through some very difficult readings. I know they haven't been easy lately. I'm really channeling some good energy for you today. It's still in the energy of Lion's Gate. We're still in the energy of Leo season, and lots of turnarounds occur. Lots of awakenings occur in this time frame. So I'm putting it out there for you. So thanks for staying with me. Let's see. Any last messages? Yes. One last announcement. Feel free to join us in the Priestess Lounge. There is a private Facebook group attached to this channel. If you click the little down arrow and go into the description box below the video, there's a link that says, please join us in the Priestess Lounge. Click that link. It takes you straight to the private group. It is private. And there's like one or two questions you have to answer. I think there's one general question about where you are on your journey and one to accept the policies of the group. And then you'll gain access. We'd love to have you over there. That is a standing invitation. Okay. Using the wisdom of the Oracle, I will be pulling one card for the Divine Masculine, one card for the Divine Feminine. It is up to you to know which energy you're in. But it's more important that we get to the storyline, that resonates. It's less important about the label, so feel free to flip the energies around. It's that simple. Masculine gets the card mending. I love it. Card 52, 5 and 2 is 7. That's very spiritual, really connecting to their higher self and mending. This is a card of healing, mending fences. Maybe between the counterparts, there have been some very difficult energies around this connection. Unfinished symphony is what the feminine gets. Beautiful. Card 10. 10 reduces to a 1. Unfinished symphony. There's something here between the two of you that isn't over. Last reading, I think it was titled It's All But Over, and that was coming through with other tarot readers as well. I have done my checking because I was like, why am I getting such, heavy energy? And, some of you have really had a hard time dealing with those readings, but it's been fairly consistent across a few readers that I value and watch. This feels like a shift, mending and unfinished symphony. There's something unfinished here, something the two of you might need a fresh start around. The 1, when the 10 reduces to a 1, it's almost like a new beginning. And there's some mending of fences here. I love the energy. I even love the coloring here. It's very, feels very fluid. I like where we're going here, Sag. I like where we're going here. I have been, since the morning reading, I do a little morning reading for the sign, like just for myself, to see what energies might be coming through. And I was like, please, show us the possibilities. Show us something positive. Provide a sense of hope for our Saggies. Okay, this is a card just for you, Sag. Those of you who are watching, from Soul Coaching Oracle, something for you to think about, meditate on, embrace between this reading and the reading at second half of the month. I love it. Passion. Right? Perfect energy for Leo season. This is Ace of Wands energy for you right there. I passionately accept and love myself. So it all starts with us, right? We got to get passionate about ourselves first before we can invest in the energies of the other. So I love this for you. And I think it also kind of heralds a new beginning of sorts, but it's creative, it's inspirational, it's very motivational. There's a lot of inspired action and passion here. So I love that. Oh, so positive, so far, so good. Let's keep on that roll. I'm going to knock the energies out of this deck. Let's do it. All right, Saggies, let's do it. What's coming through for our beloved counterparts? Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, please. What messages are coming through? I did a pretty thorough pre-shuffle with this deck. What was I just saying? Endings and new beginnings. There's completion of a cycle here. Wow, masculine coming through. Feminine, though, still has a little bit to process on an emotional level. That's okay. Some of us take more time, but I feel that's the unfinished symphony. There's some things you need to process on an emotional level. Seven of Cups is overwhelm, confusion. Sometimes it's just too many options or choices coming at you at one time on an emotional level. Masculine is prepared to turn that page, is preparing. So just so you know, the labels are less important. Wherever you fall out, whichever side speaks to you is your side. You can remove the labels if you need to. The storyline is what matters. If the storyline resonates, then it's your message. I just like to say that because people sometimes get confused. Okay. I like where we're going already. In the past, moving to calmer waters, beautiful. Right now, there's some guardedness, a little bit of self-protection. It could be a card around boundaries, though. It could be a card around some boundary setting. It's a little bit of stuck energy, and then moving forward from into the Three of Pentacles, working together to sort of elevate the energy of the connection in 3D. You, your divine counterpart, and spirit, that little trinity there to sort of take everything to the next level. And in many decks, not this one, but in some decks, there's like a sculpture. There's a couple decks I have where this artisan is working on a sculpture. And so in my estimation, this card is about taking something ordinary, right, like a hunk of marble, and creating something extraordinary, a work of art. Just wanted to put that in your thought. Feminine now, we have that Seven of Cups. All right, you're allowed. We don't all come to our sense of calm at the same time. In the past, choosing the path, right? Which way are we going to go in this connection? Someone coming back from the past right now. It could be this masculine. That is Sagittarian energy, so it's your card. It could be your own energy. It could be all around this idea of passion and sort of taking inspired action with passion. I know, I'm repeating that word a lot, but it feels important. This makes sense to me. A little apprehension, the moon, Pisces energy in that moon. We don't always know what's around the corner, and sometimes we get nervous about what goes bump in the night, right? And the moon can also be about illusion. So sometimes we're hesitant or we're reluctant. I see my, by the way, I can see my computer. My internet is sticky. You're not imagining it. It will keep going. But it feels like there's apprehension here, some fears that are being, some insecurities that may be triggered when this person returns. So that's what we're dealing with in the main spread. Let's take a look at the clarifiers. Wow, breathe a deep sigh of relief, Sag. I feel this reading is going in a very good direction. Not without its little snags, but definitely something that's unfinished has to be resolved. And I love that the mending is all about turning the page. New chapter for this connection. There's Aquarius and Capricorn in that World card, by the way. Brand new beginnings with the Empress. Right? Completing one cycle, beginning a new cycle with the Empress. That's why the Empress gets the 10. Right? The 10. Going back to a 1. Brand new chapter. 10s are about completion. This is about completion. 1 is about a new beginning. World card, we reset. A new beginning. Yes, something more fair and balanced and just. Empress, Taurus, and Libra. Justice card is Libra, and underneath the deck we get the Magician. So this masculine's been manifesting this, is manifesting this right now. Virgo and Gemini and the Magician. Look at this. I just want to make sure you understand when major arcana show up in the reading, it's to get your attention. It's a big shift, a big life change. All the other little cards are the daily nuances, the subtle nuances that we go through, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, the ons, the offs. This is major. We have a masculine showing up with 4 major arcana in a row. This masculine, or whoever this is going through, this is like a complete turnaround, a complete turnaround. They're really mending it here. Endings and new beginnings, moving toward this feminine with an eye toward fairness and balance. For some, there could have been a divorce in the picture. Could have been some legal situation that had to be dealt with, but that's not the way I'm seeing it. I'm seeing something more fair and balanced, and that it's been manifesting. Wow. That is like a total turnaround. 6 of Swords. I could be getting messages for a brand new connection, but I don't think so, because that mending card and the unfinished symphony. And last reading was so heavy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Moving to calmer waters with the past life soulmate. I'm not kidding. This masculine decided it was time to get beyond. This is balance of the mind, peace of mind here in the 6 of Swords. It is moving out of more troubled waters into something more calm and soothing for the past life soulmate, 6 of Cups. Beautiful energy. One more on this. Yeah, but having to face some resistance. The 7 of Wands, there was resistance around it. I feel like that might have been some of the trouble. The masculine wanted to move to calmer waters. This is sort of the past-facing energy, but was met with some resistance. There they are. They forged ahead. Ace of Wands, there's your passion. Underneath, they just knew on some level that there was so much to this connection. Their strong desire to reignite the flame, the torch of passion between the two. Met with some resistance, though. Right now, 4 of Pentacles. Why is the 4 of Pentacles here? So someone's feeling a little guarded around third-party energy. Something in the way. Emperor. I'm still feeling this is a boundaries card. Creating better boundaries. This masculine stepping into their own power, into their own energy, really kind of taking control, or exercising more control in a situation that hasn't been fair in the past, and putting up better boundaries. It's very possible that yes, look, all around this twin flame connection. Very powerful. There might have been some energy, whatever that third party is. And remember, I like to tell you that third party it can be distance. It could be workload. It can be a demanding boss. It can be family members, friends, anything that kind of gets in the way, any third entity that gets in the way and sort of blocks the smooth flow between counterparts is that thing we call a third party. In the past, it has been a person that wouldn't let go, someone else that wasn't getting the memo. And now I see better boundaries coming in here for this masculine, and they're keeping underneath this. Remember, it's not in conscious awareness. It's kind of bubbling under the surface. This masculine in the energy of the Emperor, that's Aries, is definitely keeping this connection in mind as they work, Pentacles, to achieve better boundaries, to be more guarded with regard to that third party energy. Perfect. And ready to work on something with this feminine in the future. to take the connection to the next level, to improve the quality of the connection. Yep, they're all in. They're all in. They're going to go all in. Yep. This is the beginning of a new cycle for this connection, one where there will be focused attention on doing the work to bring the connection to the next level. So for those of you who are saying, no, it's really over, then this is not your reading. For those of you who were like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me it's all over, because I said in the last reading, it's all but over, then this is what you have to look forward to. Someone who's ready to take the leap and begin a new cycle where they focus their attention on creating a situation that's more fair and balanced, number one, and number two, that elevates the connection as a whole. And where they create better boundaries around some third energy. Could be an ex. I feel like they're going to be watching for your receptivity if you're here as the feminine. This is a little detective of the tarot, the Page of Swords. On a certain, these are messengers. So there's a message of truth or clarity, some information that is either delivered or desired. So I almost feel like they're going to keep their ear to the ground, possibly communicate to you this desire to move, take it on, go all in. A readiness, a willingness, clarity around what they've learned. Beautiful. Yep. And then you can move to calmer waters. There was resistance around it in the past. They're still going to try. They still want to know that the two of you can get beyond this. I think there was some stuck energy in the past coming from the feminine. That's okay. Like I said, we all come to our healing at different timing, our emotional clarity at different time, in a different time, I should say. 7 of Cups for this feminine. I am seeing some emotions and fear here around the King of Pentacles. Yep, King of Pentacles, masculine archetype of life partner. So probably this person, this masculine here, someone that, would normally be a person who has your back. And I feel like there was some breakdown here where that did not happen. And so the feminine is still a little bit overwhelmed around that. Yeah, conflict. Yep. Something from the outside really interfered. This can be bickering and arguing between the two of you. That could have happened because I see mending here. For others of you, it's attached to that third party. Either the arguments were about that or that third party was inserting itself and causing the instability and the conflict between the two of you. So, there are a lot of, it's a general reading for the collective. I have to kind of communicate to you the possibilities. Yeah, really interfered with this soulmate connection. So underneath, this feminine knows this is their soulmate. They know it. But there's been some, they know this person is their life partner in this incarnation, but there's something in the middle that's kind of interfering and causing a lot of emotional overwhelm. Bit of drama. In the past, the Two of Wands, right? Really considering which way to go. I feel that they didn't want to follow the masculine's lead in the past. They resisted that. If you're here as the feminine, then I mean you resisted that. Sure, because I think you felt on some level it was too small. It was a message of, some kind of calling you to something stable, but it just didn't feel like it was enough. It just wasn't enough. A little bit of breadcrumbing there that this feminine just didn't want any part of, right? Nope, too much. Laying down a heavy burden. But that there was a choice to be made there. There was a choice to be made. There was something here that this feminine was considering, right? Do I take the small offer or do I just get out of Dodge? Wipe the slate clean. That's kind of how it felt to me before, and that's what's coming through now. still in overwhelm, not quite having it all emotionally resolved. Knight of Wands now. Fast, that's your card, Sag. Fast moving energy. Passionate. Big sweeping grand gestures. Yeah. Someone coming back to do the work. To work with you. Oh, I love it. Now, it's interesting that it comes in here in the present for this feminine, but for the masculine, it's more in the future. So I still feel that there may be some things that have to be resolved, but this is someone who's coming back and who will be at some point ready to engage with you and do the work to elevate the connection, to take it to the next level, or to at least focus on the problems, what has gone wrong before. There, Queen of Pentacles, to work with who? The Queen, right? We already have the King, so we know that the feminine's feeling the drama over the King, a lot of emotions. Well, now I'm telling you, they're coming back. They're coming back to work with you. Got a King and Queen here in the same position, both in present energy. Life partners, man. I don't care what you say. Yeah, and it's been a solitary journey. Here's all the wisdom you're looking for, some Virgo energy for you in that Hermit. But to me, it's about, it's been a solitary journey to get to this point. And I feel like on some level, one of you is going to be the guide. One of you is going to light the path. To grow from this. This is a card of personal growth, of self-awareness. It is solitary. It is reclusive. And it's lonely. And I was feeling that in your last reading, the loneliness. But it served you well. Going forward, the Moon. Yeah, it's going to trigger all of this return, and all of the emphasis on working on the connection together is going to trigger some, yeah. You're afraid of it all blowing up again. I'm talking to the feminine. If you're not the feminine, that's what they're afraid of. Kaboom! Pisces in that Moon and Aries in the Tower. Wow, King of Swords. So King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be that's a lot of air energy in this masculine's chart. Doesn't have to be, but it's someone who can really be very kind of cold, not so warm and fuzzy, maybe a little aloof. Someone who can kind of cut you right out. So normally in their highest vibration, the King of Swords is someone who likes to do things the right way. They are people who live by a code of honor, truth, integrity, character, with, sincerity, discipline, fill in the blank. But looking at this, there's fear around another explosion, another blow up. Fear of being leveled by a King of Swords. That would mean someone who cuts you out without even thinking twice. So in the future, there's fear around that. Yeah, because there's a lot riding on it. Because this is your happily ever after. On some level, at some level, outside of conscious awareness possibly, this is a feminine who really believes that this is their life partner, King and Queen of Pentacles, and the happily ever after that awaits could be destroyed again. So there's fear around it, there's apprehension around it. It almost feels as if it's a little, I'm not even kidding, it's a little PTSD-ish to me when I look at it. Right? Like, oh my gosh, is the same thing going to happen again? So, but look what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing the Magician. This is underneath. The Magician, the Ace of Wands. Look at the cards that are underneath. If we just looked at what's lying underneath for all of you. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Let's see if I can do this without the whole thing falling out of my hands. Look. we've got the Magician, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Hermit, the Wisdom there, right? The Guide, and the Ten of Cups. All underneath, there is a total makeover of this connection. A total makeover is bubbling up under the surface between both of you. You know what they say. Your unconscious is what really knows, is what you really intend, what you really desire. Because that's coming from your pureness, the pureness of your soul and spirit. It's the ego that gets in the way and pulls all the other crap. So, beautiful, beautiful Sag. If this is speaking to you and you want to see where the rest of this energy goes, there is a link below in the description box in the first sentence or two to the extended, where I will pull 3 cards now for just the 2 of you, looking at you 2 more close up and personal messages you're trying to send to each other energetically, as well as a message just for the Sagittarians watching from your higher self, spirit of the universe. You know how that's one of my favorite cards that comes through, is really good solid advice from higher dimension, as well as sometimes a warning or just, you know, clarification around something you need to be on the lookout for. And then the outcome card, what you can expect going forward, and if timing is a factor, it would show up there. I hope you'll join me. I'd love to see a positive outcome. And otherwise, I'll see you in a future reading, Sag. Please stay well, take care, sending all my love. Bye.